Two line trading, taking a look at the SPY recap today. So first thing that I posted in the pre-market brief for members was to be watching for this handle to be built right here and form some sort of support off of this 5-day moving average right here. And if that was to happen, then possibly we could see the continuation of this cup right here and move higher. However, we did not. And like I explained as well, we would be looking for the 5-day to become some form of resistance right here, along with the 20-day as well if we were going to head down. So as explaining with the moving averages, you also have the liquidity at this level as well as this level. And as you can see, we have it coinciding with this 5-day and then this level coinciding with the 20-day moving average, giving us this breakdown right here. And I will go over this on the 1 minute and explain it more, but that is why we start to break down and eventually find a bottom right here at this level where we do have more liquidity, and the beginning of this move right here started closing that cup. Now, as I explained in yesterday's video about using the moving averages right here and not FOMO after Friday's close, many people saw the gap up this morning and decided that they were not going to miss out on this second pump right here. And that was actually the opposite of what happened. You needed to understand that the moving average needed to become some sort of support right here before you took it long, and instead what happened is you see it breaks back down through both of them once again. Before going over this possible cup and handle starting to form here and what to be watching tomorrow, I will go over the 1 minute chart and the trades taken. Now here on the 1 minute chart, so like I explained in the morning, we had PMI at 945 and I was waiting for things to settle down a bit. As you can see, there is some crazy candles in here and I was just waiting for more structure, and we can see that this green algorithm along with this purple right here is what we start to see coming in. And as the purple starts to taper with this green, along with the white right here, we also can see this inverse cup and handle starting to form right here, along with this head and shoulder as well, giving us this breakdown within this orange selling continuation right here. Now, as I was explaining earlier, with this 5-day becoming either support or resistance right here and seeing that retest, now this is what it looks like here on the 1 minute chart, and to see that support, we would have wanted to have seen something like this if we were going to continue higher, and instead you see we formed this inverse cup and handle right here, giving us that breakdown within the orange selling continuation like I'm explaining here. You can also see that after we broke down below it, we were starting to turn it into some sort of resistance right here, and that's what allows for this move down below the 20-day. As I explained, if the 20 moving average becomes resistance as well, another short entry after getting below the 5-day moving average, you can see this beautiful resistance right here as we start to form this inverse cup and handle, creating that resistance at that 5-day moving average, giving us this breakdown right here, which I take within this orange selling continuation once again. Now, here at the 20-day moving average, like I was explaining, could be another short entry with resistance. You see it forming resistance right here, which you could have taken for more. I just took this last push through right here as I was looking for one more flush to the downside. After that last push right there, I had to run somewhere, and I was expecting to see some sort of flag right here if we were going to continue lower, forming resistance off of that 20, or like we did, you see this inverse head and shoulder along with cup, very similar to how Friday was at the end of the day. You can see that we started to taper with this pink algorithm right here, along with this yellow, as we were no longer in this stronger orange selling continuation right here that I had been explaining all morning, and we would need to continue to see, along with these green and white algorithms right here if we were going to continue lower, forming that resistance at that 20-day moving average right here, which we did not, and instead regained. I explained that if we were going to regain the 20-day moving average on the 30-minute, it would look something like this, and we would need to start forming this inverse head and shoulder right here, along with this larger one that we have right here. And in order to continue lower, we would have to see this form as resistance at this liquidity level right here, giving us that head and shoulder to continue lower. Now you see that we did indeed complete that cup I was explaining on the 1 minute. Towards the later part of the day, I explained that we were now between the two moving averages right here, and the market could play ping pong. But I did want to see that 5-day moving average retest, which we ended up getting right here with the continuation of that cup I was explaining and the handle giving us that 5-day moving average retest, and it actually ended up going for more. Just like Friday, you can see we got this larger end of the day push right here. Nothing quite like Friday's, but it was still a good move towards there at the end of the day. I explained that in order to short this again, we would have to form some sort of resistance at that 20-day moving average right here. So if we came back down and formed this inverse cup and handle again, that would be a possibility, but we did not, and there was never a reason to short this as we were forming that inverse head and shoulder along with cup and handle, and gives us that move right there. Now going over what to be watching tomorrow, we have this larger inverse head and shoulder structure forming here still, and we are still within range of these two moving averages, so continue to watch for these to either turn as some sort of support right here with a possible handle, or we start to form again some sort of resistance and we break down like that. We are still in controlled selling right here and looking for that breakout above this 530 right here where all of this liquidity sits. And if we do start to form more liquidity right here on these moving averages before breaking out, that is a possibility. So just be cautious and understand that. You can also see that we have this cup starting to close right here. And if we do at that 530, be looking for this breakout to form with a handle, again completing that next level before maybe another handle like that and getting that breakout of range going to those all-time highs. Now in the daily chart here, as we can see the last 2 days, the market has tried to close below these two moving averages, and each day these large bottom wicks right here we are able to close back above at the end of the day. So we will be watching for this upper Bollinger retest as long as that stays true and we remain holding above it with this possible cup you see forming here along with inverse head and shoulder to retest that upper Bollinger Band. Now if tomorrow we start forming some sort of resistance right here underneath these two moving averages, this is a possibility if we do start breaking down like that and testing some of these lower levels right here. Within the last 2 weeks, you can see the market has been consolidating within this sort of flag right here, and we will be seeing if it wants to continue higher. In order to do that, we must see this 20-day and this 5-day along with this upper Bollinger start to trend up again, keeping that as support and forming that breakout that we are looking for, continuing to that upper Bollinger. As I also explained in yesterday's video, with FOMC coming up June 12th in the interest rate decision, we may stay within this range right here until that is decided. However, there is news later this week as well as tomorrow job openings at 10, so just pay attention to those. And it is not impossible for a move to happen before then if people start suspecting something very good out of FOMC. Maybe we do get a run up here as we are basing with these moving averages and remaining above it, possibly giving us that move higher right here. Thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to like as well as subscribe for more, and I will see members in the morning. Thank you.